All right, good morning, class. Let's get right into it today. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to go over a new math strategy to help you guys with all those pesky word and story problems that a lot of us have trouble with, because they're not always that easy to understand. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the solve it strategy. So what this strategy is going to do is it's going to make it a lot easier for us to understand and solve these problems, because we're going to go through a series of steps to make sure that we understand exactly what they're asking of us, exactly what we need to do, etc. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one together as a class right now. So what this strategy does, it has 7 different questions and check marks that we need to answer. So these questions and check marks that we need to answer is, first, we want to read the question and make sure we understand it, right? So obviously we're going to read the question, make sure we understand exactly what's asking us. And then after we do that, we want to go to step 2, which is we want to put the question into our own words. So then that way it's even easier for us to understand it. Thirdly, we want to draw a picture or diagram. So we want to have a visual of it. We want to see exactly what we're doing. Then we want to make a plan to solve the problem. We want to try to find out the easiest way to solve the problem that works for us. Okay? Then we want the fifth step we don't always have to use, sometimes we do. So this is an estimate the answer kind of deal. So if you have some strange numbers like 739 plus, or 739 coins and 518 bags, and you want to find out how many are in each, you can make it easier on yourself by rounding those up to solid numbers like 750 and 220. Okay, so then that way it's easier for you to see where your answer should be around. So it's just an easy one, but it's not one you always have to use. Then after you do your estimate, you want to do the actual problem itself. I want to go through the steps and make sure I use the correct numbers and actually do the problem. Then lastly, obviously you want to double check your answer, make sure everything looks good, make sure you got exactly what is being asked of you, okay? So let's do it now as a class on this problem here, all right? So here's a story problem for you. All right, Mr. Taylor has a rectangular field that is 100 yards by 200 yards. How much fence should Mr. Taylor buy? Okay, so again, Mr. Taylor has a rectangular field that is 100 yards by 200 yards. How much fence should Mr. Taylor buy? All right, so what is this question asking?
How much fence does he need?
Exactly. How much fence does Mr. Taylor need to buy to enclose his entire field? So now let's try to put it into our own words. Say something for us to even understand it better. So you have a rectangular field that is 100 by 200 yards. How much fence do we need? All right. So that's all you have to do for that part. Now the third step, let's draw it out. So right now I want you guys to draw it out. And then once you're finished drawing it out, go ahead and hold it up and let me see it. Make sure when you guys draw it out to label. Okay, make sure we label. All right, everybody get it? All right, hold them up so we can all see them. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. This is all you guys need. You don't have to draw any kind of spectacular Picasso masterpiece. Just a rough drawing. So then you guys have a visual. Make sure you label your size and everything else that you need to label so you have a visual representation. Okay. All right. So now let's make a plan. Okay. How should we solve this? So what do you have? You have 4 sides, right? So what we need to do is what with these 4 sides?
Add them all up.
Yeah, we need to add all those sides up. To make it even simpler, you have 2 sides that are 100 yards each, right? So if we do 100 times 2, what do we get?
200.
200, absolutely. So you got the 2 sides equal 200 yards. And then you have 2 sides that are 200 yards each also. So what if we multiplied those together and we did 200 times 2? What do we get?
400.
Yep, we get 400. Absolutely. So now you got those together. So you got 200 and 400 yards. Add those together and you get what?
600 yards.
Yep, 600 yards. There you go. So now you got a basic idea. You just solved the problem itself. We didn't have to estimate because we had some pretty basic, solid round numbers. All right. So we just skipped over estimate. So we made our plan. We applied our plan. We did the problem. Now let's double check the problem. Go ahead and take out your calculators, put this together, and let's see if we got the right answer.
Yeah.
Everyone got it? All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, 600 yards. Absolutely. You guys are all 100% correct. Okay, great job, guys. Now what I want you guys to do is take out that handout that I gave you. Okay, take out that handout, and what we're going to do is I want you guys to go through questions 1 through 3. Right? So I want you to go through 1 and 3, finish each question, showing your work and your progress using this strategy. So use the 7 steps, 6 steps if you don't have to estimate. Okay, and after you get finished with those 3 problems, what I want you to do is get with a partner, discuss your answers, discuss how you got those answers, and check each other's work, all right? So go through it, check each other's work, make sure everyone's on the same page. Maybe they came up with something that makes it even easier and you could use that strategy, so work off of each other, all right? So I'll be walking around. If any of you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask me, all right? Go ahead and get started.